Mercury goes stationary direct today in Virgo at 8 degrees. Now, over the next little bit, we'll probably feel a little confused, or we can't seem to grasp some kind of clarity that we're trying to bring in. And we also have the beautiful energy of the new moon to open up new experiences for us. And we have the moon moving from Virgo to Libra today, introducing even more positive energy to experience new ideas, aha moments, epiphanies over the next several days, actually. So sit back, relax, let's explore the cosmic energies, and together we can gain an understanding of how to embrace this energy, utilize this energy, and move forward today and every day. So hi, I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you for all of the positive, loving support you send me each and every day. Welcome to your daily focus for September the 15th, 2023. So we'll start with the numerology. Now we have the 15 energy. The 15 energy is very much an energy where we have to look at changing our behaviors, changing our habits to mirror or reflect the person that we want to become, the person that we want to step into. So maybe you need to be more businesslike or more loving, maybe more open to what other people have to say, more involved in a certain project or a group of people. So what we're doing here, pardon me, I guess I need a little sip. Take a breath in. My apologies. 1 plus 5. 1 plus 5 is a 6. The 6 is about, the 6 is all about this energy, right? Virgo is a 6 energy. So we have the moon in the 6 energy. We have the sun in the 6 energy. We have Mercury moving back towards the 6 energy. The 6 energy, it is about our behaviors and habits, yes. It's also about looking at our routines. Maybe we need to get out of a rut. Maybe we need to see some new sights so that we have new experiences, new ways of going to work perhaps even. You know, changing up our routine in some way could be a very positive step with all the 6 energy around. So look at your day in, day out routine. Write down what you do at the beginning of the day to the end of the day. You know, you wake up, you turn off the alarm clock, you make your bed, you take a shower, you put on the coffee pot, you have your breakfast, you get the kids ready for school, or get the partner out of the door for where they have to go for the day. Or maybe it's you do a craft, or maybe you meditate, or maybe you journal first thing in the morning. And start looking at how your day is broken up and what you do during those periods of time, and seeing where you can maybe change what you do or transform what you do would probably be a better word for it. Now, if we look at the numerology of the day, it'd be a 9 plus a 6 plus a 7. So yes, if this energy doesn't get any better, now we have the 22 energy today as well. So the 22 energy is one of the most powerful numbers in numerology. It is a master number, and things can happen so quickly. And we have Uranus in there too, saying things can happen so quickly. So be prepared for the unexpected to show up in your life. The unusual, the unique, calling out to you in some way for you to step into that opportunity or embrace that energy to work for you. The 22 energy does ask us to discipline ourselves. Self-discipline is very important under a 22 energy. Positive thinking is very important under a 22 energy. Where our focus is very important under a 22 energy, because the 22 energy comes in and what's in your mind, because that is what it's going to connect to first. How are you feeling? Are you sad? Are you down? Are you depressed? Because it's going to pick up that kind of energy. Okay, and probably bring you in a negative experience rather than a positive experience. So think today about positive things, ways that you can go forward, ways that you can transform your life. And watch the 22 energy and watch Uranus and the sun together come in and bring you a gift, an aha moment, an epiphany, a new path forward. Now the sun is in Virgo, the moon is in Virgo until early afternoon, and then it begins to move into Libra. We'll have Libra there for I think the entire weekend as well. So we have this beautiful cardinal energy to guide us into the weekend. We're currently in new moon energy, so this period will extend for the next several weeks, and it's an opportune time for us to consider forward steps. Okay, put a strong emphasis on attention to detail. You know, whether you are mapping out strategies or contemplating your thoughts, details. Get to the little stuff. Don't worry, we have lots of ample opportunity to look at the big picture. We're still looking at the big picture, but now we also have to notice some of the details that go into that to make it practical, to make it workable. Today marks a significant shift as Mercury stations direct and begins to move direct after, I think, August 23rd, I believe it is, when it started its retrograde motion. Now, the retrograde phase has allowed us to reevaluate our daily routines, ponder the meaning behind our work, our services, what we do, our actions, our words. And as Mercury retraces its steps, we can expect communication, electronic issues to clear up over the next coming of weeks. You know, this is a time when the answers we've been waiting for finally start to arrive. And projects that might have been stalled could regain that momentum that you had been building for it. Now, bear in mind that during this transition today and for the next 4 or 5 days, energies may feel a little confusing. If you can imagine Mercury being on a pendulum, right? So it was going forward, and then it went Mercury retrograde, stationary retrograde on August the 23rd, and swooped back, and now it hangs up in the sky over here. And it'll be 4 or 5 days before it actually even moves a degree, because it's stationary. That's why we call it stationary direct, because for a moment it just holds there in its spot. And it won't be probably until the end of September that it starts going at least a degree a day. Mercury, when it's going, full throttle, it is going through 2 signs each and every month, if not 3. So the fact that it doesn't move much for the next 4 or 5 days, and then it just slowly starts to pick up that momentum itself. By the end of September, it will be going, a degree a day at least, and then I think it's November the 4th. Just as we go into November. Anyways, November the 4th, I think that's when it goes to 21 degrees of Virgo again. We really need to pay attention to that. Okay, we need to pay attention to that because it's going to it's going to pick up on this energy that we are walking through right now. So it's just been a dynamic energy come together for us to really spend time looking at our daily routines, spend times looking at the small details of our routines, maybe getting rid of the clutter, maybe transforming your area or yourself in some way. And we've really been given that gift over the last several days. I can't remember this kind of energy really being, maybe in the spring, early in the spring we had that. Really, we could build, we could grow, we could walk forward, we could step into new, I heard horizons, but new paths, walk through the doors. So really what I'm getting at is it's a time to absorb information rather than to rush into action, okay? It's much wiser to take our time in conversations and observations as well. We don't want to rush anything during this time. And the sun is forming a trine with Uranus. So encouraging change and embracing new opportunities, unique, unconventional paths could present themselves to you. Adopting an original or unique approach to our goals, to our dreams, to our lives could be quite rewarding under this energy. And this transit allows us to distance ourselves enough from our current situations to really move forward. It's a time to make exciting discoveries, to be open to creative risk, all while letting go of anything that no longer serves us. So let's seize the moment. chart a course towards our new horizons. Okay, let's see what the cards have to say. We have dynamic energy working in our favor. And it might seem a little off and it might seem a little confusing and we're not really getting the clarity yet, but it's coming. So just focus on what you need to focus on. The strategy, the details. Our shadow card for the day is the Four of Swords. Rest, recuperation, relaxation, recharging yourself, because we're going to need that energy. And don't forget, we still will have, I think it's 5 planets in retrograde until the beginning of October. I might have the dates wrong actually for Mercury, because I'm saying November. That's a long ways to go. I'll check on that. We have the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is not September 20th. Oh, maybe October. I was saying November, but maybe it's October. October the 4th that it hits the 21 degrees. That might make more sense, wouldn't it? So, okay, not November, October. The Four of Swords. It is about recharging ourselves, okay? This is the warrior, okay? So understand that you have just come through full moon energy. And full moon energy gives us a lot of work on releasing and letting go. In many ways, it's harder than the new moon energy of stepping into the unknown. Because we don't want to give up those things. We don't want to walk away from those things. We're used to those things. They bring us comfort, perhaps. And so letting things go and moving things to the past in order to open up to the new opportunities, to the unknown, can be quite the challenge. We are the warrior coming off the battlefield. We have taken off our armor. We have hung up our weapons and we are laying down. We are rejuvenating ourselves. We are recharging our batteries so that when it is time to go forward, we are energized and full of energy, full of vigor, vim and vigor. How about that? So don't feel bad that you're resting or you're not really, doing the steps right now, that you're more maybe sitting with a piece of paper and a pen or typing on your computer or your laptop or whatever, or maybe just daydreaming a little bit about what could be going forward rather than doing the actual work. We don't actually want to take the steps quite yet, even though we are now in new moon energy. We have the Queen of Cups. It's about loving ourselves. It's about knowing that we deserve what we set out to conquer, what we set out to seize as our own path forward. We sit here and we look at this goblet and we know that we can fill that goblet with anything we want. Everything is doable. Whether or not you show up and do the work, whether or not you show up and give it focus, that's up to you. But know that it is doable if you can see it in some way. This is about knowing, this is about loving ourselves. This is about knowing that we are worthy, that we are enough, that we are deserving, that we can go forward in whatever quest we want and be successful if we're willing to roll up our sleeves and do the work. Three of Swords is back in the middle again. My goodness. It's about healing. Rejuvenating ourselves. This whole reading, I mean, the underlying energy is about rest, recuperation, and this is about rest too. And this is about forgiving yourself. This is about allowing yourself to be human and make the mistakes, because that's what being human's all about. And not to beat yourself up over it. And maybe you've come through a challenge, a struggle, maybe a relationship has just ended in your life that your heart is breaking. Okay, there's actually swords right through it. There's pain. There's suffering. And we have to give ourselves time to heal from it. We don't want to smother our emotion. We don't want to smother, maybe it's anger or shame or guilt or just tears of sorrow. We don't want to push that down. We want to allow it to be released. Oh, I got 2 cards here. So we're going to go 2 cards. Look at this. Strength and the Lovers. Strength is here to say, embrace your courage, embrace your strength, walk with a sense of integrity, and go after your dreams. Absolutely. The Lovers is here telling you to embrace it, to fall in love with it, to fill yourself with passion, desire, want, to grow your, so it's a part of you. Whatever that path is, it's a part of you. It's second nature. It's what makes you come alive. It's what makes you dance in the streets. It makes you smile. It makes you, and yes, there's challenges there, but you know that you are creating or inventing something beautiful in your life. And that could even be if you've just left a relationship, it's becoming the individual again, knowing that you've got this, knowing that you'll be okay, and championing yourself. So allow the healing to come in, because we can't hold on to that anger or that pain or those tears forever. At some point we have to say, okay, it's time to move forward. But you have to release that emotion so that it's not in there, because it will show up. It will rear its ugly head when you least expect it. You'll have a small disagreement with somebody and they'll be blown right out of proportion because of the anger that you push down during this time. So do not do that. Walk through it. Love yourself through it. And know that you've got this. Okay. Our oracle card is 31. Be spontaneous. Look at that. We've got the moon back there. Be spontaneous. So 31. When you are busy, rushing, stressed, worried, overwhelmed, it's easy to lose track of the simple things in your world that bring you joy. This is a huge nudge. Remember, create some fun. Rediscover enthusiasm and fascination through adventure and spontaneous happenings. Engage your life again and take in your surroundings, observing the importance of living life to the fullest. Decide to do something for the pleasure of it and see where life takes you. So doesn't that go with everything else? So how do we break out of that healing? We get a little bit spontaneous. We look for the adventure. We create the adventure. We try something new, try something different. And we'll get an animal here before we close off. And we have the wolf, the pathfinder. He hasn't been out in a while. I didn't have any wolves, but I did have a family of foxes in my backyard for the spring and summer. There we are. Release. Release your past. Start on a new journey. You are a teacher, and help others find their way. There'll be challenges, but your soul is strong. Perseverance is your secret power. You have a love that endures. Sorry, I had a little bit of a problem trying to read that. So release your past. Release your past. That's the 3. It's buried alive now. Release your past. Allow the healing to begin. Don't hold on to that. And release your past to start a new journey is all about the new moon energy, isn't it? You are a teacher and help others find their way. And we're always teachers as much as we are a student. We can always learn from something. We can always teach from our core. So Know that you are a teacher and you're there to help other people find their way. There will be challenges, but your soul is strong. We know there's going to be challenges, but we want to, embrace our strength, embrace our courage, and go forward in new ways. Perseverance is your secret power, so persevere. Stop looking at where you are and just keep on showing up. And then, after a while, look back and you'll be amazed at the progress you've had. You have a love that endures. So turn that love towards yourself. Turn that love towards your dreams, your goals, your desires, your path forward. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.